Definition of God. What do we mean by theism and atheism? Who is this God who atheists don't believe in? The Oxford English Dictionary says, under the entry God, capital G, the creator and ruler of the universe and source of all moral authority, the supreme being. Richard Dawkins very well frames the God hypothesis. He states, there exists a superhuman, supernatural intelligence who deliberately designed and created the universe and everything in it, including us. So, I accept the concept of God that is presented in the, broadly we can say, within the Christian and Islamic ideas. Who is God? What is God? Omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, omnibenevolent. Accept all that. But the Vaishnava concept, which I have been trained in and am developing my spiritual life on the basis of, the Vaishnava understanding of God is much more developed with cogent answers to, for instance, the problem of evil. If God is all good, all-knowing and all-powerful and can do anything he likes, there's no limits to his ability, then why doesn't he stop evil in the world? Seems to be a good argument against God. I was taught in the Catholic primary school I went to that all evil exists in the world because long ago our first ancestor by the name of Adam ate an apple. Very unconvincing. Have to agree with the atheists on that one.
When are you done with your night shifts?
In a week or so, I guess.
It's not healthy.
I know. I've changed the PIN number.
Why?
It was too easy.
And what is it now?
4324.
And this one's not easy?
I'm leaving for office now. Good night.
Hello.
Can you come to pick me up? Puppy, it's me. I'm born again.
What?
Believe me, it's me.
Who is this?
Please, I don't want to live here. Please pick me up. I can give you the PIN number. Remember, I gave you the PIN number before I left that night.
Here's a big question for you. Reincarnation. We should examine this when there's so much good anecdotal evidence. Why is this all buried? It's such a big thing. Reincarnation, systematically studied by Dr. Ian Stevenson, the University of Virginia, ignored. Why ignore it?
Many years ago, I began noticing reports who seemed to remember previous lives, and I clipped these out and filed them. At least most of us as scientists would consider them doubtful.
When it has such deep ramifications for the whole worldview of the Western world, of the scientific outlook, even for that matter for the Christian and Islamic outlook. Why ignore it? It's a major point. Missed, dismissed, both theists in the Western world and atheists. The topic of reincarnation puts the whole theism versus atheism debate into a different perspective, different dimension.
3 in the morning, and then I just heard screaming. This was blood-curdling screaming, like someone was killing him. He was saying, airplane crash on fire, little man can't get out. And that's what he was repeating over and over. Airplane crash on fire, little man can't get out.
I had to respond. So I started to ask him some questions. What happened to your plane? It got shot. Well, who shot your plane? The Japanese. Well, how do you know it was the Japanese? And I think he said that night, the big red sun. Where could that come from? There was this history of USS Matoma Bay, CVE 62.
And my mom said something that made me stop dead in my tracks. My mom said, maybe he's experiencing a past life.
She woke up and said, I just remembered the entire language. And she said, I don't know how, I don't know what's going on, but I need a piece of paper and a pen.
She drew them on a 3x5 card for me and began to put English words next to some of them.
It looked like ancient writings. This whole thing is blowing me away.
As stated in Bhagavad-gītā by Lord Krishna, Purusha sukha dukhanam bhuktritve heturuchyate, that the good and bad that we meet in this world is due to our own selves. We are the cause of our own suffering and distress. Now you could say God could remove that, but the understanding is that God, the Supreme Being, gives us minute independence, which we can use or misuse. So bad things are allowed to happen. That is, God's giving us the opportunity to do so. And he also comes, it's a big topic, I'm just summarizing it here. He comes into this world, gives us knowledge, gives us the opportunity to rectify birth after birth after birth. So reincarnation is the answer to this. Another question that I'm asking, this is more out of curiosity, I'm not asking polemically. What is the meaning of E equals mc squared, the world's most famous equation? Don't understand how mass can be multiplied by the speed of light, and especially the speed of light squared. What does it mean, the speed of light squared? I can understand if you have 2 oranges here, another 2 oranges, another 2 oranges. Okay. 3 groups, each having 2 oranges, make 6 oranges. 3 times 2 equals 6. Okay, easy to understand. I'm not questioning the validity of E equals mc squared. Obviously it works. On the basis of that, research was made for nuclear fission, nuclear power. Interestingly, sadly, the first usage of nuclear power was for making the nuclear bombs that destroyed hundreds of thousands of lives in Japan.
We may not create life, but we can take it away. With jet planes and bombs, we'll show you our sway. Japan was just a test, a demonstration of our might. You should be grateful, we saved you from the night. We're the scientists, your saviors and guides. We'll keep you distracted with gadgets and pride. We may destroy the planet, but you won't even care. You'll be too busy staring at your smartphones in the air. We gave you cars and air conditioners to keep you cool and fine. Wi-Fi and smartphones to keep your minds in line. You won't worry about the planet or the future we'll make. You'll be too busy swiping through the digital haze. We're the scientists, your saviors and guides. We'll keep you distracted with gadgets and pride. you cars and air conditioners to keep you cool and fine, Wi-Fi and smartphones to keep your minds in line. You won't worry about the planet or the future we'll make. You'll be too busy swiping through the digital haze.